Greetings, traders. It is I, Abdul Shabazz. And this is some real change stock options trading journey. Thank you for joining us today, December the 21st, Thursday. What a remarkable, outstanding, terrific, unbelievable day yesterday afternoon was. We don't know what today will bring, but we will be ready. Following the same disciplines that we have been following here all along. Dr. J is in the building. Let me get a sound check, volume check, sound of my voice, volume of the music. See if we are in sync and in harmony. I cannot thank you guys enough for tuning in to this morning's show. I can't wait till the usual suspects show up. I'm excited to hear how much money you guys made yesterday. I happen to have my biggest day ever. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. I am beyond grateful and beyond appreciative. Brian is in the building. Thank you so much, Brian, for tuning in and joining us. And Brian, you will be the first person I asked this question to. Were you able to take advantage of that wild ride yesterday afternoon that started taking place around 1:30? Were you able to get any of that trade, Brian? Any of that beautiful put we had called out and explained, shorted the bus all the way down? Unbelievable. Oh man, Brian, that is outstanding. Outstanding. As we called it out perfectly yesterday, with the bottom, head, and shoulders being a great opportunity. And I'm so glad you caught that, Brian. I myself caught this beautiful green hammer and made $1 per contract in this move. Unbelievable. That was on the recap that I did. If you didn't get a chance to see it, it was amazing. I do want to show a little bit of yesterday's action this morning, along with pre-market action, to see where do we go from here. Will the Bulls show back up today? Is the question. This is a support area. Buying at support is always good. Right out of the gate, we see the bulls taking advantage of lower prices, knowing that the stock was just at $4.75. So having the opportunity to buy it at $4.70 is not a bad idea for some of the bulls. The stock is back green for the week and is also green for today. Sooner or later, I want to take that trade. This really would have been some easy money this morning with the anticipation. The bulls have been buying this stock up all night, all morning, and this morning, at least to resistance to pre-market high, is to be expected. The question is, do the bears have the confidence? Do the bulls have the confidence to step back in with more money and try to retest the highs? See, if you fall down a flight of stairs, awesome, Brian. Oh my goodness. That's, it only made sense. It only made sense. Brian, did you get in at the open? It only made sense from support to resistance. It only made sense. I am living vicariously through you, Brian.
Bluetooth disconnected.
I have a discipline of not trading before 10 o'clock because I also have the responsibility of having some people watch and some even follow. And I don't want them to develop bad habits. So as a result, does that mean sometimes I'm going to miss some trades? Yes. But if you have a different risk tolerance, I applaud you. And that's what makes a team a team. We have Brian and Prince, who will take advantage of opportunities right out of the gate, and we applaud them. And then we have myself and some others who allow the charts to develop just a little bit, knowing how volatile they are in the first 5 minutes, and knowing that you can get tricked in the first 15 minutes. But if you have the ability to put your hand in a cookie jar and grab you a cookie, Chips ahoy, my friend. Chips ahoy. Especially if you're using these lines. The stock went perfectly from support to resistance, but knowing that that would truly be a scalp out of the gate, because as we can tell, these first 5 minutes, as we say, are very volatile. So congratulations, Brian. You are ahead of the game. I would advise my teammate to force the market to make you take another trade. If you're already up, allow the market to force you to take another trade. You now have the responsibility of protecting your profits. Prince is in the building. Thank you so much, Prince, for joining us and being a part of the team. We had a dynamic afternoon. So, Prince, I have to ask you, did you catch any of yesterday's move? any of that 120, 125, 130, any of that candle after 1 o'clock? Did you catch any of that move? Oh no, he was working, but that is okay, because there will always be another trade. But it worked out just as we called it yesterday. It was unbelievable. Yes, you did. Absolutely did. Yep. Didn't know when it would strike, but we knew it would strike. I actually don't know if you had a chance to look at the recap, but I broke it down in the recap exactly what happened. Let me see here. I want to minimize this. Here it is. Yesterday on the channel where the trades were. SPY option recap. The sky is falling. So let me see here. Oh, and behold, a little bit of news. The 1 o'clock hour being at the highest it's ever been since 2021. We knew that when profit taking started, it would be magnificent. However, I missed the trade. That is correct. I missed that put. I had stepped away. Unbelievable. I've been watching it all morning, and when I turned my back, this is what happened. She went right through the level. This line represented everything that I had talked to you guys about this morning. I can't wait to pull back up that video. In fact, I'm gonna insert it right about here where I talked about this head and shoulder and how this bottom shoulder being so much stronger and being where I wanted to get in. Why do I like this lower head and shoulder at the 474.5 better? We have to go back to the candle chart for me to explain. Even if you get these bulls in trouble with the formation and break of this right shoulder, okay, they still have a lot of support right here with these guys. These guys are still in a lot of profit, and the stock is still above VWAP, even breaking this for a short put. So what does that mean? That means you have to be careful, because this could really be a trap by the bulls to bait more bears in at the break of this right shoulder, to use them as liquidity to go back higher. I much rather wait until these guys are in trouble and they have to think about cover. that would probably take place beneath their entry candle. Aha! Right in the same area of liquidity graph, which formed the left shoulder. So, if and only if the price would get here at the 474, it's a much bigger, broader shoulder, and now we're also trading underneath VWAP and putting these bulls in save mode. Save profits, get out now. That is the only put scenario that I will be comfortably entering in. And when that happened, and that's exactly what happened, and I was not around to catch it. I came back full of despair, full of sadness, until I remembered there's no such thing as a missed trade. The market always leaves opportunity and clues that if you are able to read the market, you will be able to take advantage of these opportunities when they present themselves. And they did. Oh, yes, they did. And I mean straight out of the playbook, which is now available for a limited time, absolutely free in my bio. But for those of you who are my teammates, this is a play directly out of the playbook. First of all, we had the stock coming down to a weekly area of support, where a beautiful A+ setup was awaiting, that we have entitled the Green Hammer bullish reversal pattern. You see it on the 5 minutes, average a 30% profit target, go big, large size. It was better than that today, so I have to change that from now on, because on this particular trade, I made $1 on the option price. This is a dollar move on the option price. It was remarkable. Absolutely remarkable. Now, all right, guys. So that was the recap of yesterday. If you didn't see it, that was the recap. Now, let me explain. When I finally came back to the command center, I think I was out in the street and happened to look at my phone and just saw this huge drop. And I just came running in the command center, screaming. I actually sounded like Florida Evans when I saw that I had missed my entry, But, like I said, it just reminded me that there's no such thing as a missed trade, and the market always leaves opportunity. But when I tell you, I was walking around here like Florida Evans, I was walking around here like Florida Evans. That's how I was looking at the chart. What do I do now that I've missed it? I called it, and I wasn't here for it. I didn't know what to do. I was full of despair. How could I miss such a drop? How could I miss it? Damn. That's how I felt yesterday. But then I saw that beautiful green hammer. Oh, that green hammer. Oh, but just imagine if I had my biggest trade ever so far this year, trading options with this move right there. Imagine how much I missed out on here. Ooga dee bah. But it wasn't meant for me. It wasn't meant. But I am working on a new system with my alarm, along with not TD Ameritrade, Charles Schwab, the Thinkorswim platform. I have to get some very serious alarms that ring different when we have moves like that in the market. That was remarkable. We've checked in. Brian caught some of it. Prince was working. Hamza, did you catch any of that move? Anybody else that might have joined, that might be on, that might not have said anything this morning, good morning to you. Did you catch any of that move yesterday? And don't worry, we are still watching the charts today, but there is no move yet. I trade, Prince said, what platform do you use? I trade Thinkorswim that used to belong to TD Ameritrade that was just recently bought out from Charles Schwab. But in the buyout, Charles Schwab agreed to continue using the Thinkorswim platform. So I am using TOS. I do have quite a bit of other ones as well that I don't use. I also have SureTrader, Interactive Brokers, Trade Zero, Thinkorswim, Robinhood. I have them all. I believe in equally spreading my money around to these brokers. After all, that is our duty and responsibility to make sure that our brokers' kids can attend private school. To make sure that your broker has a nice vacation. If you didn't know that, I'm here to let you know. That is why it is so key to develop a trading system where you don't have to trade much. When you do trade, however, you trade well. I have a challenge. I have a challenge for every one of our members. Okay? It is not optional. You have to do this challenge. You have to participate in it. I promise you, I will never bring you anything that will only be beneficial to you, but some things you need to see for yourself. As we are ending this year very shortly. Very shortly. So much so, a lot of people are not even trading this week. The volume is low, but moves can still happen nonetheless. Profits will always present themselves. Here's the challenge. Let's get straight to it. I challenge each and every one of you. I'm going to call you by name because I want to see it. Dr. J, Prince, Brian, Hamza, Adam, Lisa, whoever else is on here. Tell me who has made more money this year, you or your broker? You or your broker. You're going to have to go log in and see what has been your fees, what fees and slippage have cost you. Now, there's not much slipping. I'm about to get deep, guys, because you know I love us, I love this, and I don't hold anything back. This is level 2. There's no slippage in the SPY. The SPY is tight. It's not a 2-cent gap, not a 3-cent gap, not a 5-cent gap. The SPY has a 1-cent gap. But there is still slippage. Meaning, from where you buy, where you click, join the bid, to where it gets filled at. What is shown to where you get filled at? I was looking at some of my old videos when I used to have it up on the same screen, and I was appalled. I was so appalled where I was getting filled compared to where I pressed the button. I called up TD Ameritrade. I called up Thinkorswim. I said, if you think you're going to do this to me, you got the wrong one. You must not know. But something ain't right. And we about to fix that right now. I'm not doing no correspondence. Get me on the phone with a technician. And come to find out, there are certain settings that you have to speed your computer up. Yeah, shots fired. There are certain settings that you have to be on according to the speed and the size of the unit you're using, whether you're using a laptop or whether you're using a desktop. Your CPU means a lot. Depending upon the speed and size of your unit, there's a certain rating that coincides perfectly that will allow your computer to speed up. There are also certain things that you can go into to cause your computer to speed up, to make sure you're not on a certain delay. In fact, guys, it's so criminal, I'm going to make a video about it. I'm going to make a video about it, replaying exactly what I did, showing you what you can do, how you can go onto your computer, check, the size of your computer, how big it is, how much memory you have, how fast it is, how many gigabytes you have, and then match that up with the right setting to give you optimal performance. Okay, that's just one aspect, the slippage. And then the fees bust you upside your head. Go to your broker, not the online, not the platform here. I'm talking about this part right here. Go here and log in and see what your fees are. It's so important that we realize that this is a negative sum game. This is not a zero sum game. In a zero sum game, for $10, you will lose $10, I will win $10. I have to use that example because I'm always a winner. In a negative sum game, the winner walks away with less than the loser loses. In a negative sum game, the winner, let's start with the loser. The loser doesn't even lose $10. The loser loses $13. The winner does not collect $10. The winner only collects $7. Two brokers laugh all the way to the bank. This happens no matter what. So they want you to trade more. And in this video I'm going to also show you that you can call up the broker and tell your broker, I want less fees. Charge me less. Because I'm going to be in this game. I'm going to last in this game. And it's going to behoove you to make me comfortable. You hear plenty of brokers talk about there's a shortage of new money. There's a shortage of traders. But you don't hear traders say there's a shortage of brokers. So you can let that guy know, let that person know. If you don't accommodate me with better fees, I'm taking this show on the road. How do I speed my system up to get the best performance using your platform? How can I have reduced fees? Okay? These are the things that count. These are the things that nick, pick, and chip away at your profit. So we wonder why it looks good and it feels good, but when you go to the real monies, this ain't the same number. Go get the bar. Who's winning here? The broker. How do we fight that? Get in the phone, get in touch with your broker, demanding better fees, demanding that they show you how to maximize their platform with your computer for the best top speed that you could possibly have. Learn a system. Only trade that system. Only trade A+ and B+ setups from that system. And then leave it alone. The less you trade, you win. The more you trade, the broker wins. And this is why, guys, eventually we will all be trading large size. It's just a matter of time. We will all have to trade large size. If you want to make it in this business, you have to fight against the professionals. You have to fight against the institutions. You have to fight against the algos. You have to fight against the brokers. You have to fight against slippage and fees. This is why you have to be head and shoulders above the rest. Or you, I, us will not be here a year from now, 2 years from now. We have to come at this with a professional mind frame. Acting, thinking, and behaving as professionals in every sense of the word. This is not a game. This is life-changing, money-making, unforgettable opportunity. If you respect it and protect it, I'm sharing this journey with you as living proof. Oh, we can make it. We can absolutely make it. But I share the mistakes that I've made and what I had to do to come back and correct that on this journey. And finding out that I'm not just up against myself, but I'm up against myself. I'm up against my habits. I'm up against my bad habits. I'm up against fear. I'm up against FOMO, fear of missing out. I'm up against other traders. I'm up against crooked brokers. I'm up against a market who will get just a little bit of news about China and drop like this. The news came out earlier of them talking about going over to Taiwan. They just kept talking about it all day. And then all of a sudden, once she reached that right shoulder, and that's that money-making machine. I'm not just spitting in the microphone. I see what's happening, guys. We do not have a trade, which is why I haven't called out one yet. We're just getting beneath VWAP, but we still have very strong, bullish presence. We're not going to get tricked. That's why I haven't even mentioned anything about trading today at this 10 o'clock hour. It's more important that we get our minds right and know what we're up against as we get ready to go into this next year. Wanting this to be our best year ever. Wanting this to be our breakthrough year. Wanting this to be the year that we quit our jobs. Wanting this to be the year that we quit every negative thing. Clean our closet. Get new wives. I mean, you got a little carried away with it. But we want all brand new stuff this year. New way of thinking. New way of outlook. And it can be done here if we respect trading. Now, let's give a quick recap. I've spoken enough. Let's get back to business. This yellow line up here represents pre-market high. The stock did get through the daily resistance, but found more resistance at pre-market high. Truly right now invalidating this line since it has gone through it, but has come back under the daily resistance. The stock then was standing above VWAP. The bears were pushing it back down, trying to get some more follow through from yesterday. But those bulls who missed out on this saw this as a great opportunity to buy in at lower prices, thinking that the price will never be this low again. These bulls will be ideal to get caught in a trap and a squeeze, but that will happen below the 470.9 area, not above it. Anything above this can be a trap, as the bulls have been strong all night long, all morning long. So there are plenty bulls up right now in profit. And the only way to go higher is for them to sucker the bears into thinking that another yesterday can happen and then use them as liquidity to go higher. We just have to be patient. As Brian says, a 472.6 would be a great area, okay, to take a call. That is this line right here, Brian and everyone. I do agree, as these bears could be used as liquidity to push the price higher. How high? I don't know, because there is resistance levels all the way up. This is definitely going to be a very interesting day. I'm just not clear, guys. This gold line down here is pre-market low for this morning. I did not count post-market. I put an alarm here because to me, this is the area when the majority of these bulls will have to cover at the 4683. Will it get there? I don't know. Anything before that, I don't have the confidence, guys. I don't believe that there's enough liquidity from the bears to push this thing down like yesterday. I do believe we will go back and forth between resistance and support. But I would first like to see if we could at least get back down to pre-market low, see how the bulls respond off of that area, and then attack. As you guys know, the system that I use and share with you all is who's in trouble. Very simply, who is in trouble. And if you cannot identify someone as being in trouble, that means you are in trouble. And we try to avoid that. So one of the things we do is we come to the market with no bias. We're not a bull. We're not a bear. We're just an observer on the sidelines, thinking, scouting. We're scouts. We're waiting to see who is going to show up today. And so far today, the bears are the ones showing up, as we are read so far today on the daily and so far on the 30-minute as well. This is the area that I was speaking about that I would like to see break. It's a little early. I would like to see a close here, just because we have the price trading at the area that I like is not going to tempt me today. Not today. After this, what happened yesterday, there's no such thing as a mistrade. After what happened yesterday, not me, buddy. That relieved me of any FOMO that I might have had, and I'm grateful for that. Because after I walked around like Florida Evans, I got myself together and then pulled out the biggest trade that I've had so far this year. Alhamdulillah. But again, understanding what is going on will allow us to trade better. So we wait and see who is in control. Right now, the bear is in control. And we look and we go ahead and identify, if we were a bear in this, where would we be wrong? Where will we no longer be bearish? Where would these bears have to cover? And as our teammate Brian identified, 472.6 area, and that is right above here. This is the area. And where is the area that these bulls would have to cover? And that is beneath this right now. That is the action that's happening right now. This would have been a great short. Getting in here with a continuation down. But on a day like today, with it being Thursday, volume is extremely low this morning. Let's take a look at that. Yesterday, volume jumped up after what happened at 1 o'clock. But it was originally looking like this. As I told you, all of this week has been pretty low. However, we've also seen that absolutely means nothing. That at any given time, these people can show up and show out. This was that area that I was talking about beneath that 479 that I would have liked to take a put. But I'm going to be a little bit mindful because we have not even broken pre-market lows. So as I look to my left here on the line chart, these are all still bulls. Yes, they might have to average down. Yes, they might be losing a little bit of profit. But in the long range, what's not being seen, as of right now, these bulls are still in control. There is some profit to be taken. The market is going to always move. But we're talking about some easy money. Easy money is what we're looking for. This is not easy money taking a put just yet. In my opinion, and this is not financial advice, I am not a financial advisor. I'm just your teammate who loves this journey and who is grateful to be on it with you guys. If anybody else has any thoughts, please let me know. But I see a call coming. Yes, I do. Right back in this area, I see liquidity here, left shoulder. I see a head being formed, which is why I told you guys I did not like the call, did not like the puts, didn't like them. Even though I said this would be the area, I did not call out one, did not make a suggestion or advise taking a put, explaining that even though we were red, behind the scenes, the bulls were still in control. And that they will be at least until the 472 area is cracked. Again, please do what you will with that information. Everyone is responsible for running their own race, but we are a team. But you have to shoot your shot when the ball is in your hands. You can set up the play, you can run the offense. We can say, watch out, teammate, but it is up to you to take the shot if you have the ball in your hand. As for me, I want to wait a little longer. I didn't feel good about taking a put here, joining these guys. And I would like to get a call once these bears start getting squeezed. See, that's where the call will come from. These bears getting squeezed and getting back over VWAP, potentially. I will identify it on the chart. Just for the love of the crew, for crew love. Guys, if you don't mind, would you hit the like button? I promise it will not sting. This is what I see, guys. With the potential. And then coming out of there as such. Again, this is not financial advice. This is just me sharing with you what I see. And I do see a potential squeeze. Now, I'll tell you another thing that I like too. This liquidity, if we get underneath this 475, these guys are going to get squeezed. Oh, this will be the liquidity to go down further. Let's keep that in mind. Okay? I like this area. I like this area, and I cannot lie. Now, somebody else might try to deny, but if it hits this area, it's going down. You ask why? Because these bulls will be used as liquidity for a further move to the downside. Again, we know, and has explained and shown you guys very clearly that the bulls were still secretly in control because they have been buying since yesterday. So even with the price coming down, that was the bulls baiting the bears to use as liquidity for push higher, potentially. Now, once this shoulder is formed, we don't know what it's going to do. There's the shoulder right there. There is the shoulder right there. That slant just came down. Let me move this team. There is your shoulder. Now, Once the shoulder is complete, the stock can do three things: consolidate, go sideways, retrace, go back where it came from, or continue in the direction that it is going. Identifying what is going on is the beginning of deciding what you will do when it reaches this area. Now, with the bears also knowing this, these bears here, they have to put up a fight or they will get squeezed. If you notice, my arrow is the same height of their squeeze. These bears have to average down. These bears have to fight. If not, we will see the stock price reach 472. It all depends on what happens right now at this shoulder. This is a liquidity grab. Which direction? We don't know. But it'll look real good if the bears could come on back down with the price and squeeze these recent bulls. That would take us into an interesting area and scenario where they would have to cover. That momentum, along with new bears, would blow us right past this area, causing these guys' stops to be triggered, and I will be standing there smiling. Or you could come on out and force these bears to cover. It's going to be interesting either way. I hope you guys appreciate the analogy. Forgive me for the comedy. I know I'm not funny, but the market is. But thank you for the likes anyway. Those are the two scenarios I see. I and we welcome anyone else's thoughts, any teammate's game plan, any other vision. If you agree with me, that's great. If you don't agree, that is great also. It might be something I'm missing, might be something we're missing. Hello. And there is the squeeze. I don't know why you would be thinking about a put, Prince. I just explained the call. I thought you would be in this call. I was getting ready to say, did anyone take the call? Getting close. Just back and forth right now. No real direction yet, but we may be getting close. Absolutely. Brian says just back and forth right now. No real direction yet, but we may be getting close. Prince said he's thinking about a put. But guys, I just showed you and explained to you why a call will be happening right now and detailed the squeeze. And that is what is happening now. In order for there to be a put, we would have to wait for these bulls to be in trouble. Remember, at this area, the bears are in trouble right now, and that is why you see this covering. As we talked about with the shoulder that I drew here, the head here, and the shoulder here, and then the breakout from that. Yes, a put can come. It can come from profit taking, but we also want to identify that we're now green on the weekly, green on the daily, green on the algo, busted right through and gave you the exact length that I showed you the cover would be at from this shoulder. Textbook. Right now, the market is also staying in between +2 and -2 deviation. That is what you see here on my VWAP. This is +2, this is regular VWAP, and this is -2 deviation. It's a beautiful range that the market is in right now. Much, much, much better than yesterday. Yesterday, a move like this from here to here was only 60 cents. Today, $2. There absolutely was an opportunity to take a trade here in this 5-minute continuation candle with these bears getting squeezed. But as I stated also, pretty much past this, I don't know, because we have heavy resistance all the way up. However, I do believe that for me, a safe area for all you put lovers is here. This is where I will take a put at and attempt to take it down to the 469.3 weekly support area.
Bluetooth connected.
Interesting. 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 We're right back to that shoulder, guys. Right back to that shoulder area. Right back at it. Right back at it. Oh, yeah, that's what I want to see. Oh, yeah, keep it coming. Come on back through that. Squeeze those bulls. Very volatile day. Very volatile day. Prince said, Brian said they're fighting over the 200 EMA today. Who will win? Prince is saying, I was thinking about a put. I definitely agree with both of you guys. Right now, the stock has definitely come back to the 5 EMA for sure. Again, guys, this is that area of the shoulder. If you remember, again, here and here. This is the area. It's just extending over to here. That is the area from whence we had the break out. And I just extended it to see if we would continue with the breakdown. Just as before, we're going to have a little bit of conversation here. But what would be a great sign is if we can see a top wick like we saw this bottom tail. That'd be a great bearish sign to continue to use these bulls. These are the bulls that's fighting right now in this wick, along with this candle. These two bulls are fighting these bears. I would absolutely love a put, but down here at the 475 area, not any place before it. Dr. J said, yes, we are currently having a doji for today. If you look at your daily candle, Dr. J is identifying a doji, and this goes back to what Brian was saying with the back and forth. No real direction yet, as the doji represents indecision. There is a lean, and I mean a lean towards the bears at this moment. If you look at your 30-minute chart, you will see a lot of top wicks where the bears have been beating down all prices above the 472.4 area. Very interesting as we just come to the new 30-minute candle. Very interesting. The bulls are trying to squeeze these recent bears. Wow. What a day today is. Even though pre-market is really not helping us right now, but I still like the sentiment from 8:30 because we did have a report come out this morning. So this is very real volume here. Very real volume. And it's also showing that there are bears above this area. There are bears present here. And it also indicates why this area would be a great place to take a call. That means that all of these bears would get squeezed above here and all the bulls would get squeezed below here. We have identified the algos. We have called them out. We will be patient to show you what my algos are looking like over here. We had them bust through that yellow algo yesterday that I missed. Come right on down to the green algo and stop. And from there we have been bouncing, but we're still in this yellow downward selling pressure algo, attempting to break out and break through it in the same pretty much area that I have this yellow line at here, 472.6 area. That is this 472.6 area. That is right in here, right at this line here. We will be potentially breaking out of this downward selling pressure, turning around, and then using these bears as liquidity. These top wicks. This is bearish selling pressure. And the bulls are attempting to squeeze these guys. If they successfully do and force them to cover, there will be a very nice pop in this area right here. And that is where I and everyone else has identified a great place for a call and no place else. We've also identified a great place for a put. And when we mean great, we don't mean the only place. We mean safe, easy money. might have to wait, and I don't mind doing it. I'm gonna go ahead and step away for a moment and get me a cuppa and set me an alarm just in case we get some rooty tooty, fresh and fruity action happening. In the words of our ex-governor of California, I'll be back.
Bluetooth disconnected.
Okay, we had a couple people check in. I need some of you other guys and girls to check in as well. The question was, when you take a look at your broker statement, who is making more money this year, you or your broker, because of the outlandish fees, the crookedness of the system, the players? But it's important that we know this so that we can combat this. And I promise you guys, give you my word, I will make a very detailed and thorough video on how you can speed up your platform and how you can get better fees. I'm even going to attempt to call my broker and get him on the phone and give an example of how that conversation is going to go. But it's important that we know what our expenses are, because we are fighting an uphill battle every time we step on the field, to say the least.
أشرقت نفسي بنور من فؤادي حينما رددت يا رب العباد، وانتشت روحي وصار الدمع يجري. يا إلهي خذ بقلبي للرشاد. أشرقت نفسي بنور من فؤادي حينما رددت يا رب العباد، وانتشت روحي وصار الدمع يجري. يا إلهي خذ بقلبي للرشاد. في سكون الليل أدعو في سجودي، والدجى حولي سواد في سوادي. يا رؤوفا يا رحيما يا حليما يا كريما ما لفضلك من نفادي. يا سميعا يا مجيبا يا عظيما اهدني يا خالق السبع الشداد. أشرقت نفسي بنور من فؤادي حينما رددت يا رب العباد، وانتشت روحي وصار الدمع يجري. يا إلهي خذ بقلبي للرشاد. أشرقت نفسي بنور من فؤادي حينما رددت يا رب العباد، وانتشت روحي وصار الدمع يجري. يا إلهي خذ بقلبي للرشاد. للهدى والحق وفقني إلهي، فعلى توفيقك اليوم اعتمادي. يا إله الكون يا عوني وغوثي، يا ملاذ الخلق في يوم المعاد. فأنا يا ربي أرجو منك عفوا، فاعف عن ذنبي وحقق لي مرادي. أشرقت نفسي بنور من فؤادي حينما رددت يا رب العباد، وانتشت روحي وصار الدمع يجري. يا إلهي خذ بقلبي للرشاد. أشرقت نفسي بنور من فؤادي حينما رددت يا رب العباد، وانتشت روحي وصار.
Alrighty. Looks like it's time for me to get back on. As we have reached that 470.9 weekly support area. Will the Bears break through it? Absolutely nothing wrong with sitting, waiting, understanding what it's like to be a sniper. Would like to thank each and every one of you for being a part of this journey. So very grateful, so very appreciative. Wouldn't want to be anywhere but with you guys as we show up every day to attempt to get this money when the money presents itself. Appreciate the hearts, the love. But more importantly, I appreciate you guys' patience and realizing that we're not here to overtrade, but we're here to find profits and take them when they present themselves. And if you don't mind, thank you, Dr. J, giving the live a like as we do this every morning from 9:25 to 11 o'clock. And sometimes we even come back at 1 o'clock if the market presents a remarkable opportunity. We dropped the ball yesterday, but we will be looking today to see if we have any afternoon activity. Keep in mind, we are winding down towards the end of the week. Volume is extremely low today. A lot of people have started their vacations early. As I show you the volume chart, you can see that today, so far, is amongst the lowest that we've had in a while. You can also see that we're still holding on to a doji that is slightly bearish in flavor, but still representing indecision at the moment. So therefore, the safe trade is no trade. The safe place is the sidelines. Set you an alarm, as I have done. I have an alarm set at the 470.3 area, and I will also set an alarm here in the 472.6 area. For those of you who are new to the channel, you can find the playbook in the link in the bio. Again, the playbook is in the link in the bio. I'm excited for you guys to get a hold of that. And as always, we want to give a shout out to our sponsor, T-Shirt for Traders. You're a trader, right? Then look like one. And we all know this: greed keeps you in, but pain takes you out. Thank you, T-Shirt for Traders. This is Abdul Shabazz for some real change stock options trading journey. Thank you so much for being here with us today. I look forward to being here tomorrow, inshallah, God willing. Same time, same channel with the same usual suspects. Thank you guys for coming out. God bless you. Good night. And more importantly, stay and trade safe. Bye for now.